Niall Ferguson of Stanford joining us now. You've got, obviously, Putin's insane, unwinnable war in Ukraine. You got the real possibility of Egypt and Ethiopia potentially having a conflict over a dam. You've got food shortages, electricity and energy crises. How does this play out?
Well, I think the reason that people are bearish is that they have forgotten the 1970s, because most people wandering around this hotel came into markets in the 80s, if not much more recently. We're now rerunning the 1970s, Brian. It's not just geopolitics. Let's remember a huge fiscal and monetary blunder was made way back at the beginning of 2021. Most economists missed it. Larry Summers was right. So we first did the late 60s. That was the initial mistake that led inflation expectations get away from the Fed. And then came the geopolitical shock that we've had since the Russian invasion of Ukraine. And now the Fed is as behind the curve as the Fed of the 1970s. So, yeah, welcome back to that 1970s show.
Is the Fed, do you have any, I'm trying to be nice, do you have any confidence in the Fed? I've had people call them effectively incompetent. Well, here, to me.
I knew Paul Volcker, and Jay Powell is no Paul Volcker. At the beginning of 2021, he said in an interview in the Financial Times, we have nothing to worry about. We're not going to see the kind of inflation problems. In fact, we would welcome higher inflation. And I wrote that quote down because I knew future historians would be using that quote to point out just how badly the Fed did get it wrong. The Fed has, I think, a credibility problem that predates COVID. Because remember, this same Fed blinked when it came under pressure from Donald Trump not to continue tightening monetary policy, 2018, 2019. And now they're so behind the curve that if you talk to some of those orthodox believers in rules-based monetary policy, like my colleague John Taylor, they just kind of shake their heads because it is so inconceivable that they would do the kind of tightening necessary to bring inflation under control.
So in your mind, and John Taylor, which the Taylor rule of economics is named after, what is the lesser of the evils? Is it to put the gas, the brake pedal on too hard, send the economy into recession, but kill inflation, or ease up, let inflation run hot, and not destroy the economy in the short term?
Well, the lesson of the 1970s is clear. Half measures don't solve the inflation problem, and in fact, the inflation problem tends to get worse. As it gets embedded in inflation psychology, as the labor market starts to see the kind of wage pressure that we're seeing, at least in some areas. So if you postpone the evil hour, you end up having to do the kind of really painful recession that Paul Volcker had to inflict on the U.S. economy after he was appointed in 1979. Remember, it's a long road from the late 60s to the late 70s, and through that decade, the Fed was always behind the curve. They would try to get tough, and then they would blink. And that's why inflation became so embedded then.
You see any way we avoid recession, Neil?
You could get lucky. Let's remember, there are a lot of elements that are at work here. What's happening in China right now is interesting. China has hubris over COVID, then it comes nemesis. The Omicron variant is extremely hard for China to control. Its zero COVID policy implies shutting down the Chinese economy as drastically as they did in early 2020. That has to take some of the heat out of the global inflation problem. So there's a possibility that they might get lucky. It's not exactly like the 1970s. The labor market isn't so strongly unionized. But I have to say that the probability of recession has gone up really significantly, and you'd be kind of naive to bet against it at this point. My fear is that they don't tighten enough, and then they blink when the markets sell off, and then we really are rerunning the 70s.
Well, let's hope that the best case scenario is the one that we get. Let's hope they get lucky. Niall Ferguson, lucky to have you.
Thanks, Brian.
Thank you very much.